painters, I am Muto and welcome back to the channel. For this update I went back once again to some old metal miniatures. This time I worked on a few Batsworms, and I didn't expect them to turn out like this. I was planning to use them as a small disruptor in the army, getting in the way of charges, bothering War Machine, and I can already picture them flying straight in the cannon line just before it fires, swarming the crew, throwing everything into chaos. Getting on the painting side, I kept the same color palette from the previous video, building up the fur from black into cold blue-grey, while the wings bring in the subtle green tone and the claws carry that deep red accent that I choose for the Banshee. And as always, if you enjoyed the video and found some useful tips, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It will help the channel grow. For the wings I decided to use green, echoing the skin of the Banshee. Since the surfaces are quite small, I went for a more textured look, almost like a wing pattern infused with something toxic, as if they were filled with necrotic energy. These little tricks really helped me speed the process, while also tying the whole army together even more. I still have around 10 wolves to paint and some large Felbats, and I think I'll stick to this color scheme for all of them, so that every beast-like unit feels connected and a bit more supernatural. But this model though, they really fought back. As much as I like them, they're not the nicest looking one, to be honest. The details are really minimal, and on top of that they are quite awkward to handle, both when painting and moving them around, and they feel a bit fragile too, like they could break quite easily. And for the bases, of course, I follow the same style as the rest of the army. For them I used one of my favorite color, Ivy Sienna from Vallejo. Actually, I am almost running out of it after years of loyal services, so I'll definitely need to stock up and find a new pot soon. And once all the units are done, I also need to figure out how to fill the bases a bit more. Nothing too detailed or overcomplicated, maybe just a few small thematic patches to bring everything together. Even though, even without adding any extra details, they already give me that feeling of disturbed ground, like something that has been unearthed, as if the dead have risen from beneath it, and now is fighting under the will of the vampire. A simple idea, but I think it will works. As you can see, I didn't use any complex technique. I simply built up the green on the wings in layers, nothing fancy, just layering and a little dotting. There's something interesting about working on smaller units like this. You don't really notice them at first. They are not heroes, they are not centerpieces, but once they are notable, they start to matter. They fill the gasp, they give movement to the army, and somehow they make everything feel more alive. And I also realized that painting something like this takes a different mindset. You are not chasing perfection, you are chasing just consistency. Because at this scale, it's not about a single model looking great, it's about the whole unit working together. And I think that's something I'm still learning, letting go a bit, not overworking with every detail, and trusting that in the end it will all come together. There were moments where I thought about pushing them further, adding more highlight, more contrast, but fortunately I stopped myself because sometimes more is just more and not better. So I kept things simple, focusing on the overall look, on how they read from a distance, and on how they fit with the rest of the army. In the end, that was probably the right choice. Because now, when I look at them together, they feel like they belong. Not perfect, but coherent. And for this project, that's exactly what I'm aiming for. The last step was adding the red on the clothes to add that little vampiric touch to the model. And if you come this far, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Thank you. For now, this is where we are. 3 more pieces done. I am Otto, and I'll see you in the next update. Happy painting!